What you have to deal with is what you have to deal with. So deal with it. Whatever you want to become or think that you should be is going to be because you're willing to be whoever or whatever it takes to become it. But be real with it. It being the you that sometimes you're not as honest and forthcoming with as you should be because you're not comfortable knowing or seeing the truth. The guilt and shame of your past mistakes, the history you're trying to hide, and the part of you that is dealing with insecurity and issues you're afraid to acknowledge or admit to, is causing you to not see past the problem to even consider seeing a solution. So fighting is almost out of the question. You don't even see the use. And you ain't healed from your first hurts. And you kept getting wounded. So you just been putting band-aids where you needed stitches, going to church when you needed counseling, having to consider conflict and to not communicate where you needed to just have a conversation. The crazy part is that most of the clutter in the way of you being consistent, confident, connected, courageous, the kind of person that cares or gets cared about the way you want to be cared for, is due to you not caring enough about yourself to take care of the you that you needed to. You can't complete anything because there's always a something in the way. And you're the complication. But you know what you have to do. As much as you might not want to do it or be the one that has to do it or have to be who and what you have to be because you haven't done it, the fact remains, you know what it is. And you're just prolonging or putting off a part of the process that is probably the only piece that is going to produce specifically what you have an expectation is or are expected to participate in, that is your purpose. You've reported every problem and impossibility to explain why you're so positive that you ain't capable of taking possession of or proving what you can do. You're being a punk about it. That's what this gives. And you ain't gave your all or anywhere near everything that you could have. And you know damn well that you've wanted and waited way past what you were willing to acknowledge was a place or a person or a part that you let have power and control over you. It don't take long to get over the regret, the remorse, or the repetition of being unrecognized, disregarded, or disrespected when you realize that you're not regular. You've been tasking yourself with tolerating, having, taking, and being treated as less than. So you requiring more of yourself is long overdue. It's no longer true that you were who you were when you were not who you were supposed to or could have been or were not given the best chance and opportunity to be. That was then. This is now. At this very moment, you have every right and reason to appreciate whatever and whoever that was in order to become a better version and have the story and strength because of who you were and what you did. What you had as tough is going to be what you use to help someone else get tougher. The very thing. Your example is going to give someone else what is necessary for them to handle a similar or somewhat like situation and scenario with a relative ease and to a much earlier success. You better say something about the life that you have lived or are living through. Someone is suffering because of a secret or series of events and circumstances that you will not talk about or not even mention. Struggling because they're in need of a solution or some lived experience-based advice that you won't suggest. But this ain't about them right now. Them have just been excuses. Them have just been reasons. Them have just been distractions. It's them that you've decided or declined to do because of. Them has been the reason for your delays, your disappointments, some of your discomfort and why you didn't. But the truth is, sometimes that person is you. It is time that you stop whatever has been stopping you to this point so that you aren't stopped anymore. You have an obligation and an opportunity to be unstoppable by just being confident in the you that you are, because that you can't be stopped, especially when you get started. And you know what you have to do.